If Senate leadership does not like me being in this race, you know what I say? Good. Because Senate leadership does not pick the leadership in Texas. The people of Texas pick our leadership. It is my job to bring more Texas to D.C., not D.C. to Texas. If they don't want me, hey, that's a smile. That puts a smile on my face.
That's Republican Senate candidate Wesley Hunt promising to stay in the race despite pressure to drop out. Senior Republicans say Hunt's candidacy could cost the party millions of dollars and could split Republican voters between him and Ken Paxton, which would weaken incumbent Senator John Cornyn, who they say has the best shot to keep the state red. Meanwhile, on the Democratic side, all eyes turn to Representative Jasmine Crockett. She's still teasing a potential run for Senate, telling CNN this weekend she's seen polling that shows she could beat a Republican in the general election. Crockett says she'll decide by Thanksgiving and make a public announcement by the December filing deadline. For a more in-depth look at 2026, we have political analyst Harvey Kronberg joining us virtually today. Harvey, it's good to see you.
It's good to be back, although I am in Massachusetts at the moment. So
we'll forgive that. So Harvey, let's start with Hunt. Do you see him as a serious candidate in the U.S. Senate race, or as Senate leadership sees him, a spoiler?
Well, my first thought, obviously, is that he's a spoiler. However, I have to say that he has demonstrated some source of independent money for the last 6 months. He's been running TV ads, warm and fuzzy TV ads, in major markets, and he doesn't have a serious campaign account yet. Doesn't seem to be constricted by that $2,500, $2,600 campaign limit. So if he's got limitless source of money, he could be more durable than most of us anticipate.
And Harvey, do you buy this argument that with Hunt in the race, it helps Ken Paxton more than it helps John Cornyn?
Actually, I tend to think that it probably hurts Paxton. However, I still think it would be a Paxton-Cornyn runoff. And if it is a runoff, then Paxton has an advantage simply because the people who turn out for runoffs are the most inflamed, the most passionate, and that would be Ken Paxton's constituency.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out in the GOP side. Turning to the Democratic side, Representative Jasmine Crockett feels confident that if she runs, she will easily beat both Colin Allred and James Tallarico for the Democratic nomination. So do you think she's correct to feel that way?
Yes, she's. I don't know if she would be able to do it without a runoff, but she's got both campaigns on their heels. They've essentially they're holding their breath to see what she does. And I can tell you, I'm here in Massachusetts. She's got name ID that reaches around the country, which means she's got fundraising ability from around the country, more so than either Allred or Tallarico does. So again, if it's going to be small donors that are going to be determinatives, she's got a pretty serious chance.
Now, she said that she's going to make a decision by December. That's awfully close to the filing deadline on December 8th. Do you envision any situation where at the last minute, Allred or Tallarico decide to drop out if she enters the race?
I don't at the moment. I think that both of them are pretty deeply committed. Both of them have raised substantial amounts of money. And certainly Allred is perceived to have the backing of Washington. So I think that he's in for the long haul. And Tallarico, I think I just believe that he thinks this is his moment, and we'll find out. But I don't see either one backing out.
All right. And looking at some of the congressional races, Representative Vicente Gonzalez told Politico he thinks, quote, South Texas will turn completely blue next year. Why do you think he feels so optimistic?
The performance of the administration towards Hispanics has, I think, undermined a lot of confidence that they had a shot in South Texas. But I think cultural matters are now being overwhelmed by all the optics related to ICE. All the reasons that Latinos gave Trump a chance seem to have evaporated. And this is ultimately going to be a referendum on the Trump administration. So I do believe Fox is correct.
And so if it's a referendum on the Trump administration, plus you don't have Trump on the ballot, it's a midterm election, does that play into this? Is that a big deal that Trump is not in there to give them that boost with the Latino community?
I think it's huge on multiple levels. Trump is going to be present in the campaign one way or the other. He just, by definition, he sucks up all of the news energy out there, and essentially makes it pretty much every Republican is going to be in one form or fashion competing with Donald Trump, whether intentional or not.
All right, that's our Harvey Kronberg, all the way from New England. Thanks so much, Harvey.
It's always a pleasure. Stay warm.